Hey everybody, it's me, Kika, your lifestyle blogger. And in my first video, we already talked about the pros and cons of selecting a home robot. If you do not remember that video, I'm going to ask you to stop this video right now, go back and watch that video, so that way it gets you up to date on everything that I'm about to talk about today. Now that video was done about 10 months ago. However, if you do remember the video, but you just don't remember absolutely everything, I'm going to give you a little bit of a recap right now. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of selecting a home robot. This is part 1 of a 3-video series. All right, everybody, let's talk about the pros and cons of selecting a home robot. Now, I have 7 pros and 4 cons. So you already know right there which way I'm leaning. However, these are very important information to talk about and discuss because this is going to be the wave of our future. Now, I know some of you are saying, no way am I going to have AI in my house and have people spying on me and all of that stuff. I'm totally against that. And believe me, I was there too, and I totally understand where you're coming from. But I want you to consider this.
3, 2, 1.
Think about the fact that they already have that information. You are using your cell phones and all of that. And as you're using your cell phones and you're searching through browsers and going on the internet, all of a sudden an ad pops up and you're surprised because that ad is directly targeted at you because it was something that you already searched for online using your phone, browser, or whatever material, tablet, whatever you used. However, so understand this, the spying on you and knowing certain data information has already been happening for a very long time. So I'm talking about a home robot that is designed to be an assistant for you to make your life easier. So I want to take a different turn here for those of you who are thinking, I'm restricting this, I don't want this to happen. I want you to open up your mind a little bit when you watch this video and let's get into some really good discussion because I want to show you in ways that this can help you and not hurt you. All right, I'm back. So if you've seen that brief introduction, that was the first part of the pros and cons of selecting a home robot. And in that video, we went through pros and we also went through cons, but I had more pros than cons. And there was a reason for that. So hopefully by the time you got to the end of that video, you would agree with me that having a home robot could be more helpful than hurtful. So what we're going to talk about today is the robot that I actually selected. Now, this was a big surprise to me because I was not leaning towards this robot at all. I really didn't like it because I explained in the first video that I already have pets. I actually have 3 dogs and 1 cat. And so having a robot that kind of functioned as like a robot dog was just not something that was in an interest to me. But however, there were certain needs that I had that this robot met, especially the price point. So I want to talk about that first because right now Amazon is offering the Amazon Astro home robot on Amazon for $1,599. You can get it and it's by invite only. So you have to put in your invite and then if they select you, you will be able to purchase the robot, but you have like a window of time that you have to hurry up and do it. So anyway, I did it a couple of times, changed my mind and didn't want it. And I think the people that are really getting selected are the ones that are mostly Amazon Prime users that use Amazon a lot. Some people were not selected. However, that is not where I purchased this robot because I wasn't feeling too great about that price point. I felt like it was too high. And the robot that I really wanted was the robot called Zenbo. And I mentioned that in my previous video that Zenbo was at a price point of about $500, $600. And he did everything that the Astro robot does and more. But he wasn't available here in the United States. And so we know the caveat with getting something from a different country right now with the president that we currently have, that would be nearly impossible. So in following Zimbo and hoping that it would come here to the US, it just doesn't seem like it's going to make a budge anytime soon. So I had to make a decision. And so I sat on this idea for a few months, kind of went off on a tangent and started doing other videos of my home and decorating and kind of all of that, and kind of got off the robot kick for a while because I just did not want to make a bad purchase. And I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a purchase when these are kind of new and innovative and people are not totally on board with having a robot companion in their home yet. So that was on the back burner for a while until just recently. Now, let me tell you, this was nothing that I was planning. It is something that just merely popped up, that I just said, let me go on to Facebook Marketplace, because I'm always on Facebook Marketplace purchasing these great finds. And I'll tell you, one man's junk is definitely another man's treasure, but you have to be careful because there's a lot of scammers out there. And so I do a lot of research if I'm going to buy something from someone, just to see if how long they've been on Facebook, where they live, where I'm picking up the item, just kind of all of that. And just the interactions, just to kind of make sure this is a legitimate person, asking questions and conversating often before I actually make my purchase. And so I happened to I was on my trip to Vegas. I was in Vegas and I was just looking on Facebook Marketplace just to see, what is it that's on there have to do with robots. Because before I was going to buy this Temi robot, Temi, and I did mention that in my last video as well. And so that robot, it stood a little taller. I liked that idea. And it was able to do a lot of different things. But again, it originated in another country. So the apps and the information that I needed just was not where I needed it to be. It was a little confusing. And my job also has a Temi robot, and they use it as a dining room server. So I was like, oh, this would be great for my home. Keeping in mind that the robot can only stay on one level because they have not advanced them like the Tesla robots to be able to go up and down stairs and do all these different things for you. Those robots are extremely expensive. And so looking for something more home robot, but reasonable, these were the three options that I had. So, but the Temi robot was still a little steep point, because on Facebook Marketplace, a guy was selling it for about $11.50, but the app wasn't really updated, wasn't really telling me what I needed to know. It wasn't really a trusted company that I'm familiar with. So I decided not to go that route, even though that was the route that I really, really wanted to go. And so when I was in Vegas, I happened to go on Facebook Marketplace and search for robots, and Astro popped up again. This time it popped up for a price range of $450, which I was shocked. Wow. Because the original price range, and I went into back into Facebook, or not Facebook, I went to Amazon and re-looked at it, and it's still being offered for $1,600. So I'm like, why in the world would somebody sell it for that price? Well, rightfully so, some people get on the bandwagon right when a product is available because they want to try it. Is this going to work for them? They're excited. They want to be one of the first to get it. And so I think that was the case with this actual robot. And I was really, really excited. So I think that they were one of the first people to get one. And then they had it for a while and just figured, hey, it's not working. We don't need it. I don't know the entire story behind it, but I'm just making a guess because the lady was absolutely a sweet lady and a very nice, very helpful. And she even demonstrated a video of the robot online. And when I picked it up, I met her at a meat market and she had it all packed up, had the original packaging. I gave her the cash and I have it here at home. She deprogrammed it, so I was able to reprogram it here at home. And it's working wonderfully. I absolutely like it. And I'm really, 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 really happy that I made this selection. And let me tell you why. Because lately, I have been traveling a lot. And so when I'm traveling, what I like to do for the cat, my son feeds the dogs and all of that. But for the cat, he's kind of on his own. So I have this gravity-filled container. And I always want to make sure that gravity-filled container is working properly and filling the food for him. But in that little Ebo robot that I have, I can't see over the dish. I want to show you that and demonstrate that to you right now. And this was such a frustrating time for me because one time I couldn't see over the dish, so I didn't know if the cat had food or not. And by the time I got home, he was so hungry and I felt so bad. So I really didn't feel like Ebo was doing his job, not to mention how it always got stuck, and that irritates me. But I want to show you and demonstrate to you Ebo, because Ebo is a robot that you have to actually navigate. So when you're on vacation, that can be frustrating because you're having fun, you want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to have time to sit down and navigate a robot to figure out what's going on at home. It's nice to have one that navigates itself and that can let you know what's going on at home. So that is the difference between Ebo the robot and the Amazon Astro. But let me show you Ebo right now. All right, guys, so here's me in Vegas looking to check on my house and how everything is going. So what you have to do is you have to actually navigate this Ebo robot around. So this is the Ebo 2. It's not the Ebo X because I believe that navigates on its own. But I'm navigating around just to check on my dogs. I have my smaller dog in the kennel there, and then I have my cat dish over by the stairs. And that is the one I'm most concerned with because, you know, the cat has the gravity feeder. So I wanted to make sure the dish is full. It looks like it's empty there, so I'm not seeing exactly if there's food in the dish. And then the water dish is there too, and I do want to check that. But Ebo is so short that I'm unable to see over and inside the dish. I can't see what's actually going on here because he is not tall enough to actually do the job. So, although this robot is cute and it's able to navigate around the house and I can check on things when I'm away, there are certain things, most important things, that I cannot check on, and that demonstrated a frustration for me. And this is why Ebo is not really becoming the robot that I am expecting it to be in my home. So, although I can use it for some things, I can't use it for all, and that is disappointing. So I'm probably going to have to take this one and use it at my cabin once I get internet up there because it's just not working for me here at home. All right, so now let's talk about the robot that I did select and why. And that is the Amazon Astro robot. So Amazon Astro and myself are still in the honeymoon phase, so I'm still getting to know what Astro can do, but so far I am really liking it. So this morning I hooked Amazon Astro up to my Amazon Prime account where I can see my Prime videos and all of that, and I wanted to watch a movie. Sometimes at night my boyfriend turns off the big TV in our bedroom because he wants to sleep, but I like the TV still going. So Astro is really good for that because you can call him over to you and you can actually play a movie on Astro's screen like this. Additionally, when I was in the kitchen and I was cooking, I wanted Astro to play some R&B music as I'm cooking and follow me around. And that is exactly what Astro did. Played the music, followed me around as I went from room to room and area in my kitchen. And that was absolutely wonderful. Now, when you want to watch a movie on Astro, he has premium sound and HD screen where he's able to show you that movie up close and personal. This is a great feature to have when you're taking a bubble bath or if you're trying to fall asleep in the evening and just want to catch a good show. All right, guys, so I want to end this video talking about just a couple of things, and that is what Astro is really, really good for. Now, keep in mind, I'm still in the honeymoon phase, so it's going to be a part 3 to this video series as I get to know Astro and learn new things about him and how it gets along in my home and how I'm going to utilize them. But for those people that are maybe elderly, Astro is really great as a fall prevention tool. Astro can send a family member alerts or whoever you program Astro to send alerts to let you know if someone fell or if there's an emergency that's happening at home. Astro's periscope camera, which is located in the top of his head, can raise up to 4 to 6 feet to be able to see kind of what is going on. So although Astro is a little bit low to the floor, not too low though, he can have that camera stand as tall as an actual person to be able to tell you what's going on. So if I need to peek in the basement or peek into the upstairs of my home, Astro will be able to do that for me and let me know what's happening upstairs, at the top of the stairs, or at the bottom of the stairs because of that periscope on the top of his head. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you right now. So what you have to do is go into the Astro app on your phone. It takes a little bit to load up because what you're going to actually do is see through the robot's eyes. So this is looking through Astro's eyes. So this is the actual robot's view. I am actually controlling the robot at this point, and I'm standing in my dining room, and you'll see that as Astro turns around and faces me. So now what I'm trying to do is guide him towards where I want him to inspect or look. So of course, if you're out of town, you won't be standing in the dining room, you'll be remote, but you'll be able to guide him around your home to look at specific areas. Here, I want him to look at the cat dish, because as you've seen in the earlier video, Ebo could not look inside of the cat dish. So Astro is able to actually do that because he stands a little taller and he has that periscope on top of his head. So here what we're going to do is we're going to use Astro's periscope to take a selfie and just kind of see how it works. It does all types of things. You can look up and down stairs, you can check your stove, but he can actually take selfie pictures or family pictures of everyone so that way everybody can be in the picture. And then Astro will send that to your Amazon photos. So that works out really nice. All right, so hopefully this video was helpful in giving you a little bit more insight on what to do with your home robot assistant. If you decide to pick Astro like I have, my advice to you is just look around a little bit and see if you can get them for a little bit of a lesser price. If not, go ahead and send that invitation to Amazon so that way you get the invitation so that you're able to purchase Astro on your own. As I get to know Astro a little more and as I research a little bit more robots, we will have a part 3 to this video series. So I will be able to give you more insight on what's out there as it relates to home robot creations. Thanks for watching. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please do so by hitting this subscribe button. That way I can give you notification every single time I upload a new video.